Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that I'm done talking about this individual here, but I don't think I am. I think he's going to give me a lot more ammunition as we proceed throughout. We haven't even reached the official offseason yet when no doubt Detroit Lions, he's probably going to poach some ex-Detroit Lions players to come and play for his Chicago Bears. So what am I talking about? Benedict Johnson. How it was a lot of questions on if he sold during the NFL playoffs and sold out. Richard Sherman said that Lions fans shouldn't be mad because he didn't sell out. And I disagree. I think he sold out 125%. I'm going to show you why I say that before the end of this video. But before we jump to that, let me call out this guy right here. He goes by the name of EJ. Everybody knows him on Twitter, and you should consider yourself the I guess you're famous, bro, because you made one of Lions Syndicate videos, being the internet chump that you actually are. Let's take a look at this guy right here. I made a video about his team. The Chicago Bears are the Temu version of the Detroit Lions, and it's pathetic. But I want to show you what's actually pathetic. He takes a screenshot of my video and posts it to his Twitter account. Okay, cool, fair use and all that, right? And he says with the caption, they can't stop talking about the Bears. But it gets even better. Let me show you. This is coming from my Twitter account. You can't reply to this. Why? Because right down there, it says the author has blocked you, so you can't perform this action. And what action was I trying to do? Comment on a post in which he uses my video, a clip of my video. But that's not the best part. All right, let me show you what the best part is. See this little icon right here, this little bell? This means that this dude is subscribed to my channel. I am a Lions content creator. He subscribed to me, but I can't stop talking about his team. How about, why are you subscribed to a Lions channel, young punk? That's crazy, bro. I guess they just like they coaches snakes. There's a snake in my boots. And this dude right here, it's called Snake in My Boots. Now, anyway, let me get back to me. I don't understand what happened to men. Where did they go? Men just don't exist anymore, apparently. They just don't. We live in a world where ain't nobody gonna be no man. Anyway, what a weak and pathetic fool that individual is. But everybody knows he's like the ultimate irritant Bears fan. But back to Benedict, his coach. It's how fitting that his coach is a snake. Liquid snake, that is. Benedict Johnson. We did the Lions check out. Did he check out before the Lions playoff game? Doing idiotic things. 3rd and 1, empty backfield. We've done this several times. But the dude, there was concern. Had he checked out? I'm going to call yes and say yes. And if he calls cap, I'm going to call cap if he say he didn't. All right? Whatever the kids say nowadays. This is coming from the Chicago Bears YouTube channel. Let me fix that because I do not want that to say what it currently says. So let me just fix this real quick. Well, I mean, I don't know what happened. If you're going to clip my videos, bro, at least show you. And then I'm going to have him blocked so he can't even defend himself because, man, what a chump. Anyway, this is coming from the Chicago Bears YouTube channel. And I want you to pick up, this is Dennis Allen, their new defensive coordinator. See if you can pick out what I'm focusing on here. He talks about the first question he's asked is about how he was contacted by Ben Johnson for the job. Let's check it out.
Sweet. Thanks, Coach. We'll go first to Dan Weedier. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Dennis, how are you? Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. First and foremost, wanted to get a feel for how you and Ben got connected. He kind of alluded last week that you guys hadn't really met before any of this started. So what was the initial connection?
Yeah, I think at some point, as we got later in the season, he reached out to me just to see if I would be interested. I told him that I would be interested. I think it's probably, a product of just the same connections, Dan, Aaron, all of us were at A&M together at some point in time, or have that connection. We're all on the staff there in New Orleans together. I was with Terrell Williams. He was with me in Oakland. And so I just feel like I had connections to Ben, although I didn't really know him. And I just think him leaning on those guys in reference to me, and me leaning on those guys in reference to him, I think we both felt like it was a really good fit.
Okay, so did you catch it? Dennis Allen said they didn't know each other prior to them talking about this job opportunity. He said, Dennis Allen, at some point later in the season, he's reaching out to him to see if he wants to be the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. Now, you can say at some point, you can say later in the season. So let's just say, what we talking December? We talking January? Or we talking right before the divisional matchup? Later in the season. Now, if I'm any coordinator, if I have one job, that's like you have a job. You are going to put in your 2 weeks notice with this other job. You decide that you're going to quit this job, but you really want to give them 2 weeks notice. You go, you do an interview for another job, you get that job. And then when the current job you have, what happens then? You start not really giving it your all. You like, man, I'm out. I can literally quit anytime. As a matter of fact, I did that myself. Worked at Best Buy, gave them my 2 weeks notice. Something happened. I was like, peace, I'm out. This ain't worth $10 anyway. I'm out. So if Ben Johnson is reaching out to Dennis Allen later in the season, which we're going to be gratuitous and we're going to say that's December 1st, why are you reaching out to coaches or anyone when you still got a job to do at your current job? You done already mentally checked out. You're literally, quote, going through the motions at this point. That's all you're doing. Now, you talk about the 4 turnovers by Jared Goff, the 1 turnover by Jamison Williams. Let's focus on that 1 turnover by Jamison Williams. The Detroit Lions are still in the game when you decide to get cute, which you've been doing really most of your offensive coordinator career, but not you super duper cute. You're going to have Jamison Williams throw a pass, which he has never done in a game with the Detroit Lions. He's trying to make something happen, turns into an interception, and the game is essentially over at that point. So Dennis Allen from the man himself, and I'm wondering, did you catch that? Did you catch that? And Chicago Bears fan, not only just EJ, all of y'all. Y'all said that I was stuttering in my last video. This is called entertainment. Young punks, this is part of the show. In addition to that, some of y'all gonna learn. I've told you before, if you comment on my video and I have time, because I'm a busy man, I have a lot of stuff to do, and you do not pay the Detroit toll, then your comment will be deleted post haste. Like, there's no, as a matter of fact, I might throw somebody a couple bucks, maybe my son, to go delete any comments that give a hit. I just say, bear down, Chicago Bear, whatever you feeling, even if it don't matter. Even if they don't look like, just delete them anyway. I just delete everybody's comments. How about that? Maybe I'll just freeze the comments because y'all don't listen. And that's why I'm doing it, because y'all just insert yourself into a conversation that literally no one is talking to you. I'm talking to my fellow Detroit Lions fans. But that's okay, because I saw Pro Bowl games where they were doing some Pro Bowl games and asking the Green Bay Packers, the two players that were part of the Green Bay Packers, said, what fan base, what stadium is the worst to play at? And you know what they chose? Chicago. And yeah, I can't wait to go this coming season. But I think it's safe to say that if Benedict Johnson, a.k.a. Liquid Snake, a.k.a. it is what it is, that if he's reaching out to coaches later in the season, and we're just going to say that's December, he really wasn't locked in. He had already quit this job and was already looking forward to his next one. So I think this might have been by mistake that he put that out there, or maybe he ain't thinking like the rest of us, Dennis Allen, that is. So I think sold. Ben Johnson has sold out. It is official that this dude is sold out. If I am trying to do one thing right now, I'm thinking about this YouTube video and what I'm going to bring in next. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing when I hit end record, but that's just me. So I think it's official. We can close the case. Madlock is on the case. Jessica Lansbury, it's going down. Murder, She Wrote, it is done. Final, finado, it's done. Ben Johnson sold the Detroit Lions out, and that is why I hope that the Detroit Lions on the football field takes this personal. Yeah, it doesn't sound like, it sounds like an oxymoron, but take it personal. When we get on the field, we take it all out. It's all personal. It ain't zero love on the football field. That's how I hope the Detroit Lions do it. But here's another thing, too. Looks like the Detroit Lions are going to not necessarily lose someone, but another person is going potentially, looks like, to the Chicago Bears. A person you might know by the name of Maurice Alexander, coming from his Twitter account, says, "Bear down," with an orange heart. How quickly they turn. As a matter of fact, that is a Bears hat. Did not even peep that. Looks like he's standing in some type of facility, the Bears facility. And this has not been officially announced yet. Bear down. This is why them players, man. This is why, hey, these bros, these foes, they not loyal. They foes, bro. They not loyal at all. This is why, as a fan base, I think it is imperative that we try to understand each other and each other's fandom. We all want the same thing, but at the end of the day, we loyal to the Honolulu Blue. This is all but confirmed. Scroll down here and shout out to my guy Chicken Nugget King 313. Did his thing, said shaking my head. Then let's go down. This is the one right here. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna show that. But somebody said something to Maurice Alexander, and then he put the tape around the broken heart. But that's how we do it there. Maurice Alexander, I believe he was on when the season was over. He was on the Detroit Lions practice squad. He was not signed to a future reserve contract by the Detroit Lions, which officially made him a free agent who could be signed by another team. And it looks like, I mean, if I'm not wearing the Bears hat, period. But if I'm a player and I'm not playing for that team, I'm probably not going to wear that. So Maurice Alexander, the XFL standout, he's come and go with the Detroit Lions several times. As a matter of fact, the Detroit Lions were the only team to really give him a shot. He kept getting waived and brought back, and maybe he was tired of it. I don't know. We'll see what he can do in Chicago. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I heard what Richard Sherman had to say, and I don't care. I don't care. You don't think about, you can't, it's impossible. It's called distract. It's like driving, and I'm not trying to be funny, so don't take this the wrong way, but it's like being distracted. You know how we got distracted driving? There's so many laws around. Now, of course, driving, if you're distracted, it can be very serious, but the principle is you should be focused on driving or doing this one particular thing, but you're too busy trying to do another. And I think that it's the same type of principle here, that you are focused on something. Benedict Snake, forgot who I was talking about, Liquid Benedict Johnson Snake. Benedict Liquid Snake Johnson, Snake in my boots, was already thinking about something else. If you are contacting potential coordinators for your new job that you don't even have yet. So what I'm thinking is this. Wow, now it's all coming together. It's all coming together. I talk myself into these conclusions that it's like eureka. It's all coming together now. So Ben Johnson always wanted to go to, I told you guys the other day, y'all said I was reaching in my other video. I told you that Ben Johnson, Ben Snake, Lord Jesus, Benedict Johnson Snake Arnold Johnson, when he said that it was always Chicago, he wanted to take the job last year, but Matt Eberflus retained his job. So he decided to unfinished business. We got this unfinished business nonsense when what he should have said was, I'm waiting on the Chicago Bear job. I'm waiting on that fool to get fired over there. That's why he pulls out all the stops, gets the man fired, gets the man fired on Thanksgiving. Then when we go to Chicago, he pulls out the stumble bum. He do all that. He trying to styling and profile. Oh, you mad because I'm styling on you. He trying to do all of that. Right? Then he's assembling. You ain't even know if you so arrogant. You were so full of yourself. It's still a game. It's still a season going on with your current employer, and you don't even know where you're going to be, but you assume it's going to be Chicago. So you start recruiting. Wow, bro. Sold. Ben Johnson is a sellout. Ben Johnson Snake, I need to remember, I do not ever want to use this man's name. What is my problem? You do not, under no circumstances, go inside the division. You do not. Why is it such a problem for me? This man knows every nuance of our quarterback. Every single one. Every single one. In my opinion, I know this would never happen. You should not be allowed to coach in division. You really shouldn't. Just like you shouldn't be allowed to sign a player who's cut by a division team and then cut them a day later to get intel. It's part of the business, I guess. But this, you do not sign. It's just like your spouse. Somebody said it's like your spouse doing something they don't got no business doing with the neighbor across the street. You just don't do it. You don't do it. There is principalities. The etiquette, there is none. And I understand this, but that's why us as a fan base, we need to do more. We need to come together more than we fight for our difference of opinions, because these guys, coaches, players, they all get to leave. This fool, Maurice Alexander, got on the Chicago. It's whoever pay me. Whoever pays me. Just think about this. This is going to be a bar too. Loyalty can't be bought. I'm not saying that these guys got to be loyal to a team, because it's a business. They go into this. They don't go into this. I would say 95% of players don't pull a Dan Marino where they just go out with the team that drafted them. There are those guys. Michael Strahan. Those guys, they do exist. But for the most part, they don't. We as fans, we are loyal to the Honolulu Blue. There's no amount of money, no amount of pain or suffering that will make us switch teams if you are a diehard fan. I understand that these people are not, but it's still sickening. It's still sickening to see Aaron Glenn with the green tie on when literally a week early he was wearing, I wear this stuff with pride. I wear it with pride. The previous week, it's Go Lions. Now it's whatever it is, right? J-E-T, what is J-E-T-S, Jets. Like, that's how quickly they turn. We don't get a chance to do that. So issue with Benedict Snake Johnson Arnold, Miss Frizzle, is you don't get to go and coach in division. You could have gone anywhere else. You don't get to, you don't, not the division. That's it. Because the division is a rival, and now you have become that. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. Every offensive secret that we had when he was here, and he worked with Jared Goff for 3 years, 2.5, he knows every little thing. To me, it feels like betrayal. It feels like a traitor. But I guess that's why they call us fans. Anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. Now, EJ, what up, though? What up? You obviously watch my videos. You obviously subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the AdSense, bruh. But you know where to find me. That's just weak. That's weak. But let me know. Let me know if you want to chop, if you're going to let me defend myself, or you just going to keep cowering behind the Twitter wall. But, I guess I wouldn't expect anything less of a Bears fan. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.